lawyer, then you can just get people out of jail just like that.
Yeah, like, you got a boss man's case? No.
Welcome back to the Law Process
with me, Jade,
and me, Grace. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe down below.
And hit that notification bell up top. So on our Instagram, we asked you guys to send us your assumptions and your opinions on lawyers, and today we'll be answering them and letting you know if you think they're right or wrong.
So the first assumption is that all lawyers are rich. Do
they
we
got
think
moolah,
all
baby?
So rich?
I think it's really subjective.
Yeah.
I think it depends on your definition of rich.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like, I think a lot of people, well, for a lot of people, rich is 6 figures and above.
Yeah.
So based on that, I would say that not all lawyers are rich. However, there are a lot of factors that you have to consider. What law firm you work for, whether you work in or out of London, and what practice area you work within. So it really does depend.
I would say lawyers are comfortable.
Oh, I like that.
I think that's a good word. Like,
yeah, comfortable.
They're comfortable.
Comfortable sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, literally.
Assumption number 2, lawyers know everything about the law. Well, I understand the assumption because lawyers go to law school, and if they don't study law at uni, they've done the GDL, or they've gone through the silence route where they've had loads of work experience. So they have built up a broad array of knowledge on loads of different subject areas.
Yeah.
However, once you actually become a lawyer, and then specialize in something, then you become very specialized in that particular area, although you should know other aspects of the law.
Yeah.
But you'll have an in-depth knowledge on maybe like 1 or 2 areas, but you wouldn't know everything there is to know about the law.
Yeah. On that note as well, people think that if you're a lawyer, then you can just get people out of jail just like that.
Yeah, like, you got a boss man's case? No.
So, literally, I get a lot of people saying that, yeah, like, you can get me out of prison. If I get in trouble, I'll come to you. No.
Yeah, you work in employment law.
I'm not, I don't know. No.
Just no.
No.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Option number 3 is lawyers are intimidating and emotionless.
Ooh. Emotionless.
Yeah.
Well, starting with the emotionless, I would definitely say not.
Yeah, I don't think lawyers are emotionless at all.
Yeah, lawyers have to have people skills. They work with people every day.
Yeah.
They work in teams within their practice.
Yeah.
And also they have clients who they work with, who they have to empathize with, even within corporate structures.
Yeah.
You have to, understand that your client's upset that they're losing money, or that another corporate wants to take them to court, or things like that. So you have to be empathetic. So you have to have people skills. So emotionless, definitely not. Intimidating, on the other hand, I kind of hear you.
Yeah. I understand why people would say lawyers are intimidating, because some lawyers can be.
Yeah, no, they definitely can be. I think law is a serious job. And so a lot of lawyers will come across as very serious because they have to take their job seriously.
Yeah.
They have to be quite intense and locked down in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so it can come across as intimidating. However, I also think on the flip side of that, I think that lawyers can come across as intimidating because as someone in a junior position, you may hold them in such high regards that it's kind of like, oh, you're so good at what you're doing. It's intimidating in that aspect as well.
So are you saying based on their position as well?
And both in their position, but also because of their knowledge.
Right, okay.
And, if you haven't got to that point yet, it's like, oh, wow, like, you're so knowledgeable. And it's intimidating, but good intimidating in terms of, like, you want to be like that one day.
Yeah.
So I hear the intimidating part. I really do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, so yeah, true or false?
True on the intimidating, false on the emotionless.
Yeah.
So our next assumption is a wild one. Assumption number 4 is that all lawyers do drugs.
Who said that? Who said that?
You guys are watching too much Suits. Just because Mike started off doing drugs doesn't mean that we do.
Yeah. Well, I can only speak for the lawyers that I know.
Yeah.
And they don't do drugs.
I don't really know any lawyers who do drugs.
Yeah, no, I think that I understand where the assumption comes from though.
Okay.
Because typically in the city, jobs are very, very demanding.
Right, okay.
And so there's an assumption that lawyers do drugs to stress relieve.
Right.
And, you know, to kind of take the ease off a bit. So there is that assumption. However, I personally don't know any lawyers that do that.
Yeah, no, same.
And what people do in their personal life, I don't know.
Each to their own. No,
Not each their own. They shouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it. But I don't know any that do. But I do understand where the assumption comes from. I have heard that before.
So, false. Are we saying false?
Yeah, definitely false. Not all lawyers.
No lawyers do drugs. No.
Not all lawyers, definitely not.
But that was a good assumption though. But
that was an interesting one.
Yeah. Assumption number 5, lawyers are arrogant. I do know quite a bit of arrogant lawyers. But then I know some really, really nice lawyers.
Yeah, I can only speak to the lawyers that I work with.
Yeah, what lawyers do you know?
Yeah, the lawyers that I work with personally are lovely. Top people, shout out to you. But I have come across some lawyers who are arrogant, and I think it's because there are a good majority of lawyers that have come from very prestigious unis, have always succeeded in life, got really, really good grades, and so they really tread the line of arrogance and confidence.
Ooh, yeah.
And so I think that is why some lawyers do come across as arrogant, because that kind of a know-it-all kind of vibe about them.
Yeah, but again, not all lawyers are like that.
No, not all lawyers, but there may be a handful.
Do you know what it is? What lawyers are very confident, so I think that's another reason why it might again come across as if.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being confident, but just tread that line.
Yeah,
tread that line. And also, as well, actually, why lawyers may come across as arrogant is because at the end of the day, lawyers a lot of the time need to win their clients,
right?
And so they need to prove that they are better than another law firm or another lawyer, or something like that. And so in that aspect, they may come across as a know-it-all and a show-off, but for good means.
Yeah, and that's probably another reason why you guys said that lawyers are also intimidating, because it goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Assumption number 6 is good lawyers are argumentative.
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
Argumentative isn't a good word to use. Argumentative sounds very combative. It sounds like when people would say, you're strong and wrong. So you're just arguing with no cause. You're going to hear the other side of the story. You just want to argue for the sake of arguing.
Yeah.
And that's not what lawyers do.
At all.
Lawyers have to hear the other side of the argument.
Yeah.
They have to be willing to listen in order to draw a good conclusion and make sure that they put their best foot forward when representing a client. If you don't hear the other side, how are you going to know what to argue against?
You know what, Jade? You've just said that perfectly. Like, I have nothing to add on to that, actually. So, true or false?
Lawyers are not argumentative, so I would say false. However, they do have to be able to debate, and they do have to be able to get their point across.
So, yeah, I think I'd say false as well, actually. Not all lawyers, anyway. Assumption number 7 is that lawyers are liars, and quite a lot of you said this to us. And that's quite an interesting one, actually, because lawyers are not allowed to lie, professionally, anyway. One of the kind of conducts from the SRA is that as a lawyer, you have to act with honesty, meaning you're not allowed to lie. So, yeah, lawyers are not liars because we're not allowed to.
Especially in regards to clients, you don't want to lie to a client. Like, you're meant to be representing the client in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Want to be acting in good faith.
Yeah, literally. And actually, quite a lot of lawyers have been struck off for acting in dishonesty.
Really?
Yeah.
Assumption number 8, lawyers do not have a life.
I disagree. I feel like it literally depends again on where you're working and what area of law do you work. That's what I think.
Yeah. I think especially now in the current climate, I think that the way in which people work is changing a lot. Like, everyone has been working from home for the last 3 months.
Yeah, literally.
I think that theme may continue even when people are allowed back in the office. I think a lot of people start to work from home a lot more.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, you're able to kind of juggle your work-life balance a bit more. You're able to, you know, lock yourself away in a room, get your work done, and then go and chill with your family and cut out that time on the train and those long hours in the office. You're kind of able to break it up a bit more.
Yeah. But what do you think about the amount of work that needs to get done?
So with that, I think that it depends on the particular case that you're working on. So there may be some hours that you work until 2 a.m. because you just have a really, really tight deadline.
And that actually does happen. People do stay in the office.
Because, but you have a really tight deadline. You need to get it done. But then there may be other days where you go home at 6:30 because, you know, you can chill, relax, and it's not a big deal. You don't have a lot on at that moment. Things are easing, but then a little bit.
True or false?
I think it depends on you.
Really?
I do. I think it depends on how you can manage your time
Right.
and how you can be organised and work around work.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Well, gun to your head, true or false?
From my personal experience, I'll say false.
Okay.
Only because when I had a vacation scheme, I was leaving at around 6-7 o'clock.
Okay.
You know, and
But was everyone else leaving around that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was told, like, everyone else is leaving, pack up your bags, like,
Yeah.
leave. And so it really does depend on the law firm you work
Yeah,
for. So
definitely.
from my experience,
Yeah.
you have a work-life balance.
Yeah.
But I know that lawyers that have stayed in the office
Yeah.
till 2-3 a.m. because they have to work on a particular matter.
Yeah. And from my experience too, definitely work-life balance. Assumptions number 9 is that lawyers have to work for a law firm. This is definitely false.
Oh yeah, that's definitely false. You have
In-house,
in-house, private practice, you also have-
consulting.
yeah, you have consulting, self-employed lawyers. It's a rare thing. I feel like that one's
Literally.
answered quite easily.
Yeah, no. Like with that one, it's a false. Lawyers don't have to work for a law firm.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
assumption number 10.
The final one.
Finally. So a lot of people said this, right?
Actually, quite a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an assumption that lawyers overcharge their clients and are really money hungry. Thoughts?
Ooh. I disagree.
I disagree too. Why do you disagree?
I disagree because we have to time record pretty much all the work that is done on a case. So you can't overcharge if you've got a record of why you've charged that amount.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I also think that there's been a change in the way that clients and law firms interact.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of law firms are now charging a fixed fee
Yeah.
to their clients, and so they will charge a particular sum of money
Mm-hmm.
for a particular matter. So it's not done on an hourly basis
yeah.
or anything like that. And so that way, I think that's really building up trust as well between law firms and their clients, because you know that this is the amount that's going to be paid and you are working on this particular matter for this particular amount.
Yeah.
No ifs or buts about it.
Yeah.
And also there are retainer schemes whereby clients will pay lawyers or law firms a monthly fee to ensure their service. I think the law firm and client relationship is really improving, and I don't think there's this assumption of distrust in terms of money
Yeah.
as much as there was before.
Yeah. And also, a lot of lawyers do actually spend quite a bit of time on a case. So in terms of like, you know, just researching, phone calls, emails. And on that note, guys, if you do hire a lawyer on an hourly basis, just bear in mind that all your phone calls, all your emails are being time recorded, meaning more money.
Yeah. So every time you call up, like, I just want to check on my case.
Yeah.
That may be time recording.
Attendance note, time recording, unit 1. So, yeah.
And what about the second point of money hungry? What do you think about that?
I don't think lawyers are money hungry. I don't like
Money hungry in terms of what they just crave money.
money.
Duh.
The thing is, lawyers have a target and a goal, and they have to bill a certain amount every month. So I guess they're working towards that target, which obviously involves money, because more clients, more money. But I wouldn't say that it is money hungry. No.
Yeah, no, I agree. That sums up your assumptions about lawyers.
And that's it.
So we have rated them, said yes or no. But let us
or
know
false?
your
Yeah.
But let us know what you think.
In the comments down below.
Yeah.
What assumptions do you guys have? Is there any assumptions that we haven't addressed that you want us to address? Let us know.
Yeah.
And we shall see you guys in our next video.